Oh, Lord. Lord. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6.5, season 2 of the Webcomics Hubcast. I am your host and friend, Nen, and today's episode is an omake episode, much like a Japanese omake. It's just where I cover all the random stuff that was left on the cutting room floor, or things that aren't really that important, or where there's a bunch of gags. For us, today, it's just gonna be a bunch of gags, a bunch of goofs, gaffs, and laughs, and then we're gonna have a little conversation here and there. And I already told you guys, I already revealed my hand to the people who are watching the stream, who were watching before this point, so usually I edit out this part of the video. That's why I'm saying this. I'm just gonna reveal my hand. I'm just gonna ask the class, ask the entire class. Hey guys, so let's say I had 27,000 Canadian dollars. And we needed to use it for a project that we were working on as a group, as a team, as friends, as pals. And I took that 27,000 Canadian dollars, specifically that much money, and I spent all of it on Genshin Impact and pizza. Actually, probably not pizza, probably Chinese takeout. Honestly, if the lady who stole all the money has any taste, she was ordering Panda Express on the regular. As a non-American, Panda Express is the one thing I want to eat every day. That and apparently cheese, if you ask my audience. But yeah, no, guys, like this is the news about a zine, a Persona 5. I think it was just a Persona themed zine. It was about Joker and Crow from the Persona group. And I'm talking about it because it's comics news, because zines are a really big part of the comics industry, right? Like especially in the indie comic scene, zines are important. A lot of people get their start in zines. A lot of people start making full-length comics basically right after their zines. A lot of people use zines to continue to grow their comics making experience, or just to grow their artistic skill. Like, it's a really important, really instrumental part. And this zine is one of the bigger zines that would probably have come out, because zines don't almost never get this big. And the head moderator of this zine, Ree, stole 27,000 of what is considered to be 70 of the amount of 27,000 Canadian dollars of the total fund. The fund total seems to be about $75,000 by some estimates. I've seen as low as 60,000. I've seen as low as some people think it's about $70,000. I've seen somebody say that it's less than that. I'm not sure. But what matters is there was enough money. There was enough money that stealing $27,000 was a thing that could be done and gotten away with, right? And I think it's very funny. I think somebody in the Discord server, I think it was Ren, cool person, by the way. Ren asked me, am I going to talk about this? I was like, there's not much to talk about. It's just funny. Right, guys? It's just funny. It's hilarious. I'm losing my absolute mind at this. I've been reading this constantly. When this happened, I laughed for 4 hours. Jenny was there. If you're looking in chat, Jenny Toons was there. And I laughed for 4 straight hours. All I did was laugh about it. Because it's so stupid. Like, oh, Jesus. Oh, like, I feel bad for everyone who lost their money. Don't get me wrong. And I was sad. I was upset when I found out $27,000 was stolen. Like, I was actually mad about that for a bit. But then I was like, what did she spend it on? And then I found the tweet from one of the other people who worked on it. I think their name was Peach or whatever. I think their name was Peach. No, not Peach. Peach is the one who has been investigating the entire thing since March. No, it wasn't Peach. The tweet, oh no, the tweet that exposed that they spent all the money on gacha and food is gone. The one from Zoe Zubatu has been removed. Well, good job, thanks Zoe for doing that. I appreciate your efforts. Too bad that it's probably been cached by Google, but you tried. We love to see that you tried. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Like, guys, Fellas, people, I can't make this shit up. This grown adult spent 27,000 on Genshin Impact and Takeaway. They're currently being sued and all that stuff. I guess I'm just a little bit surprised that they did that. Like, I don't know. Like, guys, like, I don't know what makes you more angry. What upsets you more? Because to me, it's the Genshin Impact. If I found out that she stole $27,000 and she spent it on like medical debt or family emergency and just thought she could put it back in time but didn't, I think I might actually just let it go. Like, I'd be upset, but like I'd probably be like, whatever, you know? I don't know. Like, cover zombie, 300 on food, 1K on rent, 27K Genshin Impact. Yeah, no, like, I think that's what's upsetting me the most here. Yeah, no, really, that's what's upsetting me the most, the Genshin Impact deal. Even the takeout doesn't upset me that much. Even if she only spent $100, like, even if, let's say the 27,000, she spent 20,000 on takeout, or 26,900 on takeout, and then 100 on Genshin. I'm mad that she even thought the money was hers enough to spend on Genshin. No, MiHoYo might return their money. They do. These companies can return their money. It's just they would need access to her account. They would need to do all the things. MiHoYo probably can and should return their money. I think that's very funny though. Jenny Toon says, I'm not surprised she was able to get that level of access. It's the Genshin Impact that upset me. Like, I would have understood it if it was anything else, but it's the Genshin Impact. Use it for a gambling game. From Cover Zombie, oh, that's the thing on cover I read earlier. From Cheesy, could have spent it on NFTs. Oh, by the way, Cheesy, this is sudden and completely expected, but congratulations on 2 years of being a patron. I really appreciate it, honestly. It's been great. You've been incredible. Anyway, back to what I was getting back to. Cheesy says, could have spent it on NFTs. I think that would have been worse, but spending it on gacha is still bad. Honestly, the NFT spend would have been the strategy to eliminate me off of the face of the planet. There's actually a little bit of NFT news I want to talk about too, that we'll get to later. It's kind of funny. Don't worry. Most of today's stuff is funny. Nothing today is depressing or awful. Like, I've tried to keep all the things we're talking about today mostly funny. So don't worry about that. 27K. That's like 1/1000th of the money you need to max out one character in Diablo Infinite. I know, right? Waifus are getting real pricey these days, Georgie. If it was medical stuff, it was so bad. Yeah, I think so too. I think if it was medical stuff, I would have let it go. The gacha game thing is, it's not even I think what makes it worse is because of the way the gacha game works, you're not paying money for the potential for like a character, right? Like if you told me to spend 27K on something like, I don't know, like Titanfall, you're buying the DLC, you're buying the game, you're buying the character. My brain can like wrap my head around that. 27K in like Genshin or like FIFA Ultimate Team or whatever, it's like you're dumping money into a game where there's a chance that you won't get anything. Like I feel like of the 27K, all that 27K, and she probably got nothing. What the fuck is a Zhao? What the fuck is a Zhao Kaji Pilled? Is that a Genshin Impact thing? I don't play Genshin, just so we're clear. Zhao. Should have bought 50 of those giant Marie plushies. Honestly. Oh, actually, how much do they cost? How much is a Marie plushie? How much is a Marie plushie? It can't be that expensive. The Marie plushie cannot be that expensive. Sorry, because like, honestly, you're joking. It's not $500. It's not $500. It can't be $500. Pokemon Center is making me prove that I'm a human being. Me, a real flesh and blood person. Mad. I've been blocked by Pokemon Center. I'm not allowed to look at the Pokemon Center. What? What the fuck? It doesn't let me look at the plushie. What the fuck? Okay, fine, I fixed it. Oh, it's 429 pounds. Oh shit, oh no. It's $500. It's $500. Wait. Nothing. They just blocked me because they're terrible. Because Pokemon is run by a terrible company. You're right. That's actually just 50 Marie plushies. That's honestly, that's kind of sad. Not gonna lie. I'd go for 50 Mareeps. Honestly, she could have bought a whole life-size pillow of the lad she wanted. Hell, she could have bought a customized VR set where home dude says he loves her, but no, Genshin Impact. Honestly, for $27,000, she could have bought a life-size model of the person that of the waifu husbando that she wanted. Yeah, no. Yeah, you could for 27 grand. You could. Like, there's got to be a cheap sculptor out there that would do it for 27 grand. Even if it's just one job, 27 grand is a lot of money. Like, there's got to be some sculptor who would do that for 27 grand. That's like half a year of salary for most people. Like, holy shit. In one commission, I would do it. Genshin overrated? Yeah, Genshin's overrated. What's new? Like, that's not a secret. She's apparently returned, I should say, the lady's apparently returned $3,000 of the $27,000 that was stolen. So, you know, that's a thing. And the group are still trying to fulfill Etsy orders, although they're taking donations to fulfill Etsy orders. And I feel bad for them. I think everybody in Showtime, the Showtime Zine group, is having a rough time. I think they're having a really rough time. They opened up a fundraiser to try and get their money back, try and make some money back to fulfill their orders. And I get it. I get it. But like, guys, honestly, I would have just, like, you could have just, I don't get it. I don't know. Like, I get why they've opened it. I get what they've done. I get that people are generous enough to make sure that other people don't get disappointed by this release. It is good. It is a good thing that people are doing to help other people out. I know that the people who worked on the zine just wanted it to ship. I feel bad for them. It's just dumb. It's just a dumb situation. Like, I want to be mad. I want to be really mad, right? But I can't be mad because it's too stupid. I want to be really sad, but I can't be sad because it's too stupid. And I want to, like, I feel bad for them, but like, I can't feel bad because it's too stupid. I'm just here. It's too funny. It's an unnecessary amount of funny. But I think what's funnier for me is there's this account called Peach, that has been, since about March of this year, been documenting the entire Showtime zine and talking about everything shady that they did. So it seems like not only have they been a bit of a wreck of a company, like of a group, like they've been a wreck for a while. Like, okay, let me put it to you like this. If I got $70,000 in my bank account, I would immediately freak out and I would make a secondary account. And the thing with zines and groups like this and places like this is they have the options to create alternative accounts, alternative locations to put the money where everyone can monitor the money at once. The fact that they gave it to one person and entrusted it with one person exclusively is foolish. It's not like a joke foolish, it's like it's really foolish. I am surprised that they did. I am surprised that they did not think this through. I am surprised that this situation even happened at all. It was easily avoidable. And while the person who stole the money, is a terrible person, all of them are kind of irresponsible and dumb. Like, don't get me wrong, lied to everyone. Is the reason why this happened. Nobody should blame them for this happening. And I guess I get the trusting somebody who has a track record that is proven and legit. I totally get that. I get that completely. It's more just it's the problem Kickstarters have too. And as someone who's run a few Kickstarters, I get it. You trust the one person. The amount of times people have just given me like thousands of American dollars. Like there was a point where I was 18 years old. I was helping out with a Kickstarter. And because I was the only person who lived in the UK and one of the countries that was allowed to get money from Kickstarter, everyone gave me the money. So they gave me 15,000 American dollars because they trusted me. And I get it. But I was also an 18-year-old. I was a very dumb 18-year-old. I could have easily spent all of that money. And I'm not gonna lie and pretend like I didn't think about doing that every single day. Every single day I would look in my bank account, I'd be like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen that much money at once in my life. And I was like, I could just spend this. I could just spend this. In fact, at one point, I knew that some of the money was mine because some of the money was given to me partially for me holding it and stuff. So I spent $20 of the money on 2 drinks when I went out. And like it wasn't that big a deal because I paid for things, I got everything ready. But it was just a matter of like how easy it was to spend the money. You don't even feel bad because it's in your account, right? And that's part of the reason why you put it in a place that's easily monitorable, in a place that no longer feels like it's your money, it starts to feel like it's our money, the money for everyone. It's super, super, super easy. And like, yeah, you're right, her spending it on Genshin is a problem. It's just me also acknowledging the fact that like, they put her in a bad position. Like, they put her in a position that is unhelpful. I work at a school, I work at a school for low-income learners and learners with difficult pasts that are catching up to them, that bother them a lot. And one of the things that we do a lot is we tie things down. No one has ever stolen anything, by the way, just so we're clear. No one has ever stolen anything in the time I've been here at this job. I have literally left my phone on a desk in the middle of the hallway. My phone costs a bunch of money. I got it on a contract. And they could have stolen it, but they never did. Right? Nobody's ever stolen anything from me. Strangers, no one has ever even looked like they've thought about stealing anything from me. But it's a matter of like, if you put a person in that position, you increase the likelihood of them doing that stuff. And I guess it's just in general, you don't want to put people in that position ever, in my opinion. But I don't think anyone is wrong. I'm just, we're doing hindsight 2020 here. No one's bad, no one's evil, no one's the terrible person. Ree's a dumbass, but I don't even think Ree is a bad person. It's just more of the hindsight 2020 of more could have been done. More could have been done. From Jenny Toons in chat, exactly how did one person, a single person, couldn't be me, could not have been me. I don't care if it's a Xeno or whatever. If you have that much money, you need to monitor it. It doesn't matter how successful this person's been in the past. That amount of money is not worth risking. You're right. She could have spent all 70 grand and we would never have found out until the last minute. Like, a lot of printing companies do things on loan. So they do things for you to fulfill on time with the understanding that you'll pay them later. Especially if your project is relatively big time and costs a lot of money. So a lot of printing and like merch producing people sometimes do things on credit. They work on credit because they trust you because they can see that you have the money to back you. So it could have easily turned into one of those situations where everything was done on credit and then she spent like 60 grand on Genshin. It could easily have turned to that, especially if they were doing this year on year. If you do a project regularly and you're spending a lot of money regularly, studios recognize you. The printing companies recognize you, the merch companies recognize you, and they can let you operate on credit. They do for a lot of projects. It's been the killer for a lot of big time, for a lot of conventions. A lot of conventions have died because they work on credit a lot because the people trust them and know them and they can't afford to pay for it. So a little bit SETI. But that's all we really have to say about this one. This one is just kind of a dumb situation. I'm gonna give them a knowledge hammer. Like they should have known better. But I don't think it's their fault. It's still really sad. It's still very funny. Okay, cool. Let's move on to secondary topic. Kids, friends. Do you guys remember Pink Cat NFT? You guys remember Pink Cat NFT? Remember when we talked about Pink Cat NFT? We talked about it about 2-3 weeks ago. Talking about Pink Cat NFTs. And I talked about it with you guys because I thought it was very funny. And I was right that it was very funny because the artist, Pink Cat, remember Pink Cat from the TCAF debacle? Yeah. The artist, Pink Cat or whatever, has rugged the project. If you don't know what a rug is, it's if you guys don't know what a rug is, bless your souls. Bless your little souls. But a rug is basically when a project, sorry, it's not capturing the right thing. A rug basically is when an NFT project or a crypto project says it's going to be there, says it's going to be doing its thing, and then like essentially vanishes off the face of the earth. Essentially, they take all the money and run. That's what it's called, rugging. Everyone's paid money for stuff, everyone's bought stuff, and they've gotten these NFTs that have no value, and then the individual who got all the money takes the money, runs. That's what a rug is. And the pink cat NFT rugged. It looks like it's rugged. I'm in the Discord server. I saw that it rugged. I just want to let you know, it rugged. The creator, Pink Cat, ran away with all the money that they paid. The mods ran away too. Everyone, I think she left the server as well. A bunch of the NFTs have not been handed out, and a bunch of NFTs are broken. And the creator for Pink Cat is selling her Instagram account. She really pulled the rug out from under them. And I love watching these people, these absolute morons, realize that they've been hacked, they've been had. Not morons, they're not morons, they're victims. I need to like be nicer because they're victims too. They're victims as much as anyone else is. All the people who got pulled into this, to some extent, I believe that they genuinely believed her. They genuinely believed in what she was pulling for them, what she was saying, what she was doing. And, you know, she lied. It's absolutely hilarious. Like, I'm gonna transition back into that screen so you can see it. This is just some screenshots. This is a tweet from Thor Jensen. Jensen is the only real dad on Twitter. You know, he's pretty chill. I'm in this Discord server. I've seen all this stuff happening too. You know, it's been very entertaining for me. Either way, she rugged. She rugged. She rugged. And a really funny thing somebody put out here, which I thought was very meaningful to add, is from the Festival Workers Association. Quick reminder that everybody who allowed this scam artist to be in TCAF is still in charge of TCAF. So like, on one hand, good job TCAF for kicking them away. On the other hand, fuck you TCAF. Like, what the fuck? Why? Why would you ever platform somebody who, and you just, you know, this just makes them look worse. I know TCAF's gone off now without a hitch. Everyone had fun and stuff, but whenever stuff like this comes back up, it brings back into perspective why everyone was so mad before. Everyone was so angry before because these people are scam artists. Big whoop. Yeah. Just want to make sure we got those two things off of the docket because they're funny, but they're not like as interesting as everything we're going to go into in a second. I want to have a little conversation with you guys about quality of work, right? I just want to have a little conversation. There's a meme I saw on Reddit, which I guess anyone who's watching this would be like, that was your first mistake. There was a meme I saw on Reddit. I know, right? Opening Reddit. How bad? How evil? And I was thinking about it. And it's just, it's one of those, it's a scroll meme. If you don't know what the scroll meme is, you know, the scroll of truth meme is, you know, it's fine. But essentially, it's just the scroll of truth. The main reason your comic isn't doing well is because it isn't as good as you think it is, not because of Webtoon. And I want us to have a little bit of a discussion on that because after this, so we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about a comic controversy. We're going to talk about some call to action comics that I really like. That's like our progression for the rest of this evening. But I want us to start here because I want to have a little bit of a conversation. How do you guys feel about this statement? How does it make you feel? Like, do you think it's true? I personally kind of do. I kind of do. As a person who's been making stuff for a long time, often, especially when you're at the beginning of your career, like I'm talking first 3 to 5 years, right? The reason people don't like you is because you suck. Like that's the reason people aren't watching you, the reason people aren't reading you, the reason why you don't have a bunch of patrons is typically because you're not very good. Now, after a while, and by 3 to 5 years, I don't mean 3 to 5 years of like just making comics or just making videos or whatever. I just mean 3 to 5 years of making creative stuff and trying to hone your skill and find your voice and stuff like that. Once you've done that, to some extent, the only reason after that is kind of a lot of things happening at once, and it's not because you suck. But I think, especially at the beginning, it's often because you suck. It's often because you're not very good, you're not very experienced, you're not very knowledgeable yet. You think you are, but you're not, right? You can't, from Dizwiz in chat, you can't expect your absolute beginner level comic to be a masterpiece. You totally can. And I think a lot of early comic creators suffer from Dunning-Kruger, because they feel like they've put in a ton of time. Because for them, it's been 2-3 years, and it feels like they've been there doing it for a while. But in Dunning-Kruger, there's this really interesting thing. In Dunning-Kruger effect, there's a really interesting thing the graph does when you're looking at it. It explains, like, there's a location I really love. I'm just going to show the Dunning-Kruger effect chart on the screen real quick. And if you see there, you start out really low, at the low point, and you move up to the peak of Mount Stupid, right? You still know nothing, but you're up there and you think you're good. Typically, it's for the valley of despair, when you realize you're not that good and you have to accept that and stuff like that. And I think a lot of early creators, especially when their first comics, suffer from that. Also, Dizzy Wiz, good to see a new name in chat. Love to see you. Appreciate your presence. So I feel like that's what a lot of people are. Let me read some chat. I'm in a similar position, and a big struggle is like when you're in those early your stuff sucks timeline. It sucks. It's tough because it's like the stuff you're making is already unpopular, and no one's gonna come in and tell you it sucks. Cover Zombie, yeah, you're right. And I think a big part of that is we talked about this a few weeks ago on the show. Finding circles. Circles are really important for a lot of reasons. Circles in comics are important for promotion, for growth, for all those things. But a really big part of it is you need to have a group of people you can trust, that when they tell you your work sucks, they're not saying it to hurt you. They're saying it because it's true. They're saying it because you're not doing as good as they expect you to do. And these people are also taking into account the fact that, like, you're at a certain level. Like, an example is this. Jenny Toons in chat is in my circle, right? When I make things, I show Jenny Toons my work. Often before every podcast, Jenny Toons knows roughly what I'm going to talk about, right? And she calls me out on my shit. She calls me out on when I'm talking about something that is pointless. She calls me out on when I'm talking about something that has no value. She calls me out when I'm being too mean. She calls me out when I'm not being charitable and not being even-handed enough. And that's really important for me, because someone who does a podcast on a regular basis, who does a live stream once a week, every week for the past 6 weeks, let's go, actually 7 weeks, no, actually 8 weeks. Damn, we're doing real good. But who's been doing this for so long, it's good to get called out, because your mind really gets deep into it, and you forget your perspective. You forget the negative behavior you're putting out. You forget, you don't notice when the thing you're doing isn't that good, right? And that's really important. And I think that's a big part of it. It's getting that circle that can tell you suck in a nice way. It's also getting, like, it's also another thing that's really good for that, I think, is talking to people that, read your work, right? Reading your work is really important. I'm seeing two chats. I want to get to one and get to the other. From Jenny Toons, I mean, there's such a thing as two truths. Webtoon could definitely be better than the currency that it is. Yeah, it is. The search system is bad. There is no discoverability. It kind of sucks. And it doesn't make it easy for people to be found. But also, let's face it, a promotion alone isn't enough to pull in readers. More visibility doesn't equate to actually finding your audience, especially when you're new at this. You're right, especially when you're new at this. It's really hard. I think another thing creators need to be aware of is the fact that every platform has a niche. And that's very depressing, but you will find out that as the trends ebb and flow, your platform's niche will shift. Back in the day when I was a kid, when I was younger, when I started my webcomics, when the first time I started reading webtoons, the big in thing was comedy comics, especially comedy comics like Shen Comics, Mercworks and stuff like that. That was the in thing. Random Philia literally is from that era. Random Philia, and I think the time when Webtoon was trying to get people like Rando Wiz into the platform is from that era, right? Because that was what webcomics largely were in the popular sphere. They were Adam Tots, the Book of Adam, and Shen Comics, and everything in between that. From a funny comic like Shen Comics to whatever the hell the Book of Adam is, and that was what it was. And that flowed away again into romance, and then I Love You was a big thing, and that's where it is. And now it's flowed away again, and it's trying to flow it, and Webtoon's trying to control the flow to move it to action. And it's important to know that when you're making content, the trends of the platform you are on will determine that. It happens on YouTube. It happens everywhere. It happens in the market, right? Your job as a creator is to find a way to see if you can incorporate the trend into something you really care about. Don't forcefully do it, but doing it in a way that is conducive. Like, if you're a person if you're confident in your action drawing, right now would be a great time to add a little bit of action to your comic. See how people feel about it. Add a little bit of action in your own way, right? and that can attract new audience members, especially, and that's something to consider. Anyway, let me move on to Luxiva. Sometimes your friends do say things to hurt you, though. I had so many friends telling me to quit, that I suck, and I am delusional. Don't worry, Luxiva. People tell me I'm delusional too, but that's just because I have schizophrenia. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I'm not mad if I did, but I don't want to lie about a mental illness. I did know what you're talking about, though, Lux. Sometimes your friends suck, and that means they're not your friends anymore, and you need to find new ones. And circles are things that are built in over time. You don't just let people pass through the barrier of we're fun acquaintances. It's a test. It's a long-standing test of trust, right? And for me, I've been lucky. Most of the people in my circle I trust. I trust almost all of them. I've known them for multiple years. We have grown in a way that is compatible with each other. I've become mellow. They have become more like me. They don't even know it. But it's been very important. I know it's hard. It's hard to get that. Before them, I didn't have anything. And even now, I'm doing a little bit more circle stuff with some YouTuber friends I know. And, it's hard for us to kind of modulate, and it's taking time, but we're trying. It's hard. Like, you'll get there. You will get there. And if you don't have friends like that, Luxiva, I don't want to enhance our parasocial relationship, but I want to let you know that I care about your work, mostly because I read it. I don't think you're delusional. I think you're doing your goddamn best. As a fellow European, I'm not going to throw you under the bus, even though you're from the deadly country of Daneland. The Danish, disgusting. Europeans are all racist. Nobody does this. Europeans are all racist. Even when they say they're not racist, they're still racist. From Simple Gray in chat, when I was younger, I used to think I was so good because my parents in the school said I was good. Then I got called out to rethink my artist journey. Yeah. Oh, dude, I've had that. I have had that, and it sucks. So before I started working in comics at all, I was an editor. I was a long-time editor. I've been in film as long as I could imagine. I've been doing film and on science and stuff like that. And I was really into science, math, and film. And I was getting into computer science, and I was getting more into film, and that was my space. That was my area, right? I started working as a mocap stuntman, and I was gonna keep doing that, and I was gonna use that to progress into doing more film work, maybe in effects or something, or just working behind a camera. I worked as a key grip for a bit. I had a bunch of lighting experience. I had all this good experience. And then one day, I applied for my first serious film job. It was for Batman v Superman. I'm actually in that movie. I'm in a motion capture scene that you will never see, and you don't even know I'm there. I'm in the background doing mocap. I'm a 3D model has been placed on top of me. You wouldn't even know. But when working on the Batman v Superman thing, I also applied to work as a real lighting guy, and let's just say they said no. Let's just say they said no. They were very polite. They're very polite people. And after that job, I got a job building sets for the Mary Poppins movie, the new one, not the old one, the new one. And even after that job, which was very temporary, I couldn't make it. These were all summer things as well. I couldn't make it, and it just didn't last. But it was just me realizing that I wasn't that good. It was a very big stepping stone in realizing that I wasn't that good at the things I thought I was really good at. People were very, very blunt with me about how bad I was, or how inexperienced I was, or how much more I needed to learn that I didn't know I had to learn. And it's really important to know that. And it sucks. It sucks when you don't know that. By the way, just a quick volume check, guys. Volume high enough? Just checking again, because I don't want another stream that's too quiet. And then from Lizzie Buzz, always good to see you, Liz, by the way. I've heard people say algorithm equals audience, and it's partially true, but also there's a luck factor. Not everything that blows up is particularly new or artistically extravagant. You were right, Liz. In fact, I would actually argue, funnily enough, that the things that blow up the most are not new or artistically extravagant. In fact, to blow up, I would argue you should be basic as fuck. You want to blow up? Be basic as fuck. I'm sorry, but most people do be basic. And also, basic is good for one reason. Basic typically is somebody who isn't a trend chaser, but they're making something that is trendy, right? And trendy things are trendy because somebody else already kind of pioneered the trend. If you want to get popular, a good thing to do is to just ride the wave. If popularity is all you care about, right? Just ride the wave. But like, I like to think that we're all creatives here. You know, we're all creatives with a backbone. We're all creatives with a soul, a creative soul. And for us, I don't think making shit that's basic as fuck is what we do. Like, don't get me wrong. If you make basic as fuck shit, respect, babe. You know, love your face. You're beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. I like to just think that a lot of us want to make more than basic as fuck. Because basic as fuck is also its own kind of artistic thing. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But if you want to make big, but I think a lot of us here are a lot of people who are more experimental. We don't like to make the simplest thing. We're trying to communicate a lot of complex ideas that are very personal. And as such, we don't make basic as fuck shit. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's good to know what people's thoughts are on this. Also, being in Batman v Superman is not a step up. I'm sorry. Like, the filming for that sucked ass. I got paid a lot more money than I thought you could get paid for 2 hours of work, but it was not fun. You know, it was not what I like to call PogChamp. I don't know. Like, do you guys feel when you guys make your comics? I guess is the question I'm going to go to here. When you guys make your comics, do you feel like the comic you make is good, is exciting, is interesting, is something that you like to read, like you would want to read in your off time? I don't mean based on the perception of other people. I don't mean based on its numbers. I don't mean on any of that stuff. Just when you look at your comic, do you ever want to like go, oh, I'd love to read this? That's the most important thing I want to know. Because I think if you're doing that much, you're doing enough. I think that's like the bar for right now, right? Because like as a creator, you're gonna grow, you're gonna get better. Every year you're gonna get better and better and better. But if every time you read your work, you feel like, I love to read that, I think you're on the right track. I like to think that. Because like an example of that is the Webcomics Hub channel. I fucking hated this channel. Like, you guys don't know this, but I've been doing Webcomics Hub stuff since 2016, pretty much, right? It's 2022 now, so fuck. Oh God, it's been 6 years. Jesus Christ, kill me. Since 2016, right? I haven't liked a Webcomics Hubcast in 2 years. No, in 3 years. I haven't liked one in 3 years. And when I started doing season 2, I love season 2. I love all of season 2. That's how I feel like I'm doing the right thing. That's how I feel like I'm on the right track. Because I think that's a really good route to go. From Luxiva, my comic is like the Webtoon version of Pumpkin Spice Latte. And I enjoy Pumpkin Spice Latte. It's a delightful seasonal flavor. Honestly, you hurt me by saying pumpkin spiced. I'm sorry. We can't be friends anymore, Luxiva. Friendship ended with Luxiva. Georgie is my new best friend. Can't be caught dead drinking pumpkin spice latte in this country. Not me. Not on WOBA. From Simple Gray, I have highs and lows because I'm a perfectionist. Sometimes I think it's the best comic ever, and then I'm like, this is rookie stuff, lol. I think even with the highs and lows, the fact that the highs ever exist is good, is really good. Because I should also say I don't actually care if you like pumpkin spice latte. But anyway, no, like I think the rookie stuff is because you're gonna always think you're a little bit rookie. Because one of the problems, there's this really good video online from a musician. I forget what his name is, but he was talking about like how you grow as a creator, and he was like, there's a point where when you're making shit, you look at you start to realize that your shit sucks, right? And all the places that it sucks, right? And he was like, that's because your taste is really good. Your taste is incredible, right? Your taste is getting much and much better per second. Your skill just hasn't caught up to that. And I think the fact that the highs exist mean that sometimes your skill catches up and sometimes your skill does not. But it's good that it does at any point because it means that you have a trajectory that you're following. And I think that's really fucking good. From Geek Boy, whenever I look back at old chapters, I always think that I should have done better. But now I'm like, each chapter is a learning curve. I take that one step at a time. Honestly, powerful stuff. Yeah, Luxiva, it's what it is. I'm kidding. We're still friends. We're still friends. From Ocean Backwards. I'm sorry, your name is, what is Ocean? Nako? Is your name Nako? I'm just gonna say Nako. From Nako. Um, Nowadays, it's hard for me to read my own work with a positive attitude. But then when I read the stuff I made a year ago, I enjoy it for some reason, because maybe it's because it feels like a different person. Yeah, that disconnect is really important. I think a big thing when you're making work is you need to be able to disconnect your brain from the person who made it, so that just so you can really read it and from that perspective of, I'm not the person who wrote this, but as someone who is reading it, I like it. For me, it's pretty much whenever the stream ends, I forget everything that I did. Over the next, like once the stream is over, by Monday morning, I don't remember anything I said to any of you. That way, when I watch it back, when I'm editing it for highlights or anything, I can just kind of like watch it like a viewer, you know? I just watch it like a viewer. I can just chill. I can take it easy. I think it's really meaningful to be able to do that as a creator. Um, that's my strategy. It's not everyone's strategy. Whatever works for you to get you from A to B, right? That's like the rule. Um, from Kaji Purin, it says, oh, wait, 1 second, guys. I need to drink water. 1 sec. From Kaji Purin, it says, thanks, Georgie. I'm glad you don't remember. I feel so bad. What is this kid? Why am I getting bullied by my own chat, guys? Why am I getting bullied by my own chat? What is this? What is this world we're living in? Like, I pay taxes, guys. I pay rent, and I'm getting accosted by some Twitter, some online individual. From Kaji Purim, I just had to settle with, I'm not gonna be Isayama and get it first try. People like that are extremely rare. I just need to keep trying and trying till I get better. I like seeing my characters be themselves, so I make comics, and that's just that just has to be what I get out of it for now. Honestly, based and Kaji Pilled right there. I too want to remain based and Kaji Pilled. I need to make a Kaji Pilled emote for the Twitch chat. I need to make a Kaji Pilled emote for Twitch chat. Based and Kaji Pilled right there. Because quite honestly, yeah, like being able to look at your work in that way of, every time my characters are having fun, I'm happy. Every time I make stuff, I'm trying, and it's all on the path to getting better. Kaji Pilled moment indeed. Life keeps going, but the bills never end. Yeah, I keep paying bills, and then some internet user with the name like with name bunch of numbers comes on my Twitch chat, bullies me. What is this? I'm sorry. My girlfriend's recently started watching my streams. She likes all of you, by the way. She's probably going to watch this and be embarrassed, but she likes all of you. She likes that you all bully me, and I don't know why every time one of you bullies me, I think it's funny. It kills me inside. Um, oh God. Anyway, so yeah, that's, I think we had a pretty cool discussion about that. The question is, do you like her more than you like me? That's the question. That's the question. I need to know, because I'm going to text her whatever you say. If chat likes her more than they like me, we're going to have a problem here. We're going to have a problem here, honestly. Like I am not prepared for that. Error, you know what? Go drown. Go drown, salty cryptid. Go drown in a lake. In a lake of your own tears. How am I getting bullied by some bug individual? Mm. Um, I just, sorry guys, I got a random sudden DM, from a support from a website that seems to be like a fundraiser pseudo Kickstarter type of deal. I'll get to that in a second. I actually want to discuss. I'll discuss it with you. Oh, She says that you guys are smart. I just got a text from her. It says you guys are smart. But yeah, we'll discuss the random DM I got on Discord. Why not? Because I think that would be funny. But first, let us talk about something, y'all. So real quick, just to make sure everyone knows this, right? I am um black. Hopefully that's not a shock to your system. Um, so whenever content comes out around, I just came here to be. I'm not being abusive to chat. I love chat, but I am black, and whenever content comes out around superheroes and characters that are also black, I am interested purely out of just let's see what representation is going, what kind of representation is going around right now. And that brings me to today's conversation, today's topic of conversation. And I just want to get this in a good screen, in a good shot, a good screen position, just so the whole gang can look at this with me. Um, let's talk a little bit about what if Miles Thorales, the Thor, the Miles Morales Thor comic from Marvel. Uh, I gotta show it to the class. Gotta show it to the class. He's calling us smart pig brain moment right there. Um, but like I want to talk about this comic for a reason. It's really, really important. I say it's really important. It's kind of funny. So gang, friends, my friends. This is by Odin's Fade. This is by Odin's Fade, and I'm going to read this to you. An excerpt from Miles Thorales. Asgard. Of all the five realms, Asgard is his hood. From Miles, you can see he's just that good. The Rainbow Bridge takes him to his quest. The Bifrost line goes north, south, east, and west. From Jormungandr to the Wrecking Crew, he's stuck Gullen bursting in the Asgard Zoo. But he is low key when he wants to be. Name on that marquee, like his uncle Loki, Odin's son. He's the son of gods and kings. Got so many wins. Check out all those rings. He's formerly known as the Prince for sure. His subjects and friends, they just call him Thor. This is real. This is real. This is true. On Woba, guys. On God. On Woba. This is true. This is a real material. This is real to I swear to God. Bars. Oh wait, actually, there's more. There's more. Um, I forgot to show you guys this bit. This is my favorite bit in the entire thing. This is one of my favorite bits. You guys ready for it? So there's a point in the this is the comedy episode of the podcast. Um, guys. He's a black guy, right? Hammer time, guys.
What's up? What's up? Oh, am I on a stream? Oh my god. No. Well, first off, I can't really hear you.
I had to reconnect my
There
stuff.
we go.
Suddenly it just all broke. Anyway, hello, Jenny Toons. Hello, Jenny Toons. I just want to ask you a real quick question. You're a black person, right?
Yes, I am.
Jenny, on Woba, on God, all black people wear wear sneakers, right? We all love sneakers, right? Right? No, Jenny. Answer my goddamn question. Don't laugh. Answer my question.
Are you talking about the Jordans?
We all wear the Jordans, right, Jenny? You know, we all got them J's. Right, Jenny. And I gotta ask Jenny real quick. Other question. All black people love rap, right? Like, oh fuck, Jenny. Don't you just love a good, what's that rap from Hannibal Buress again? It's like Morpheus. Go and get some Morpheus. Jenny, come on. Why are you shaming me here? All black people love rap.
I'm not shaming you. I'm just, and you and you sent me this earlier, and I went the entire time not seeing the actual comic. And I thought I was gonna make it. I thought I was not gonna see this.
Jenny. Oh, like, I don't know why you're acting like this. We know that all black people love rap, right? As Hannibal Buress once said, Morpheus, Orpheus, go eat some walruses, orifices, porridges. That's how we should write our comics. Delicious.
Just taking L after L.
Anyway, thank you, Jenny. Thank you for being the consultant black person.
Of course.
Of course. Thank you. Okay, bye, Jenny. Bye,
everyone. I mean, I'm still in chat, but bye.
Oh, Jesus Christ. On Woba, guys. I went out there. I told you, I found a consultant black person. I will never get over Graffiti Hammer. God, I love Graffiti Hammer. It's the best, guys. It's my favorite part of this. I love that the hammer has got like low-key graffiti on it. I love it. Because they thought about it. That means they thought about it and they did it. Anyway, I'm not even mad anymore. I just think it's funny. I think, okay, let me, I'm gonna give you guys like a second, right? I'm gonna give you like 30 seconds of me being serious, and then I'll go back to laughing at this stupid shit. Genuine point. I think that they genuinely meant to do something good. I think they were just trying to do representation, and they were trying to do representation in a way where they thought that I think they probably did the work of talking to some people in the community and trying to make something. I genuinely want to believe that they did. I have no evidence that they did, but I want to believe that they did. The problem that comes about from it is in part because, one, this was not made by a black person. Two, this is not made by a black person, which isn't inherently an issue. Non-black people can write stories about black people. I don't give a shit. It's more about the fact that it was not made by them and they did not seem to have put the consideration that would have gone into it. And the other thing for me is it's just by Odin's Fate. Bro, really? That's really it. Like, from Simple Gray, dude, I left Marvel and DC back in 2017. It got too much. I thought they got better, but they're still cringy and ignorant. I'm glad that they're trying to be representative. I'm glad that they're doing that work. Representation is good, important work. Even cringy representation is good, important work. It's a stepping stone to becoming better. I just wish they didn't do it this way. I just wish they didn't do it this way. And I want to believe, because the thing is, Marvel has done really good representation before. They have. Miles Morales, like just regular Miles Morales, is evidence of some of the best Latin American black representation in comics, hands down, the fucking end. Miles regularly has to deal with not only being a superhero, but his cultural background and the way the city is going to treat him when they know more about who he is. Because knowing things about the fact that people personify Miles Morales, the Spider-Man, as white, even though he's not. Like, they talk about that stuff in the actual Miles Morales comic. It's incredibly well done. Every portrayal of it is powerful, right? talking about gang violence, about crime, about all that really important, really meaningful shit, you know? So and I should also point out that Miles Morales does not do it better than Static Shock. Static Shock, still the best OG superhero representation we've got. But, you know, Miles is doing some work. You know, Miles is doing some work. But like, this feels like a caricature. This feels like a joke. Like, if you told me that this was a meme, I would believe you. If you told me that this was a dumb meme from a shitty person, I would 100% believe you. And that's really sad. That's really sad. It's growing pains. It's growing pains. And we're going to get there. We're going to get there. I 100% believe we are going to get there. I think that at the end of the day, the mere fact that they're drawing a person of color in the comic is important. Like, we've come from every Marvel hero is white, even the one that is literally coded to be black, and the ones that are literally coded to be Asian, to now they're not all white. We're making progress. Miss Marvel isn't white. We're making progress. We're getting somewhere. I genuinely believe so. If it makes you feel better, that Latin kid in Multiverse is named America and is covered in flag stuff when they want nothing to do with us. That does not make me feel better. That just makes me feel worse. Like, I'm a very big, not to get political, even though you guys know that I'm fucking political. You listen to this shit. Like, if I'm, the fuck? Anyway, to be political, I believe very much in intersectionality. This is me being a very, very, very real right now. In intersectionality, when something bad happens to one of us, it's something bad for all of us. So I'm not happy about Miles Morales. I'm not happy about America, the Latin kid. Like, both things piss me off. Both things very much upset me. So I get it. I'm on the good side of political. Thank you. I'm a big representation nerd, and I love seeing representation because it's really important to me personally. It's really important to the people I care about, and the fact that they've even drawn it, fair enough. I also like, and one of the things this comic does well, I'm gonna actually praise this comic for 30 seconds. Guys, watch it. There's gonna be a praising moment. Ready for it? There's graffiti like everywhere in this city. There's graffiti like everywhere, and it's not played to make the city look like shit, and that's really meaningful. If you grew up in a low-income environment, or if you grew up Latin American, if you grew up, basically, if you grew up and you weren't middle class and white, you lived in a neighborhood with a lot of graffiti, and some of the graffiti was really, really goddamn good, and you loved that graffiti. It was something that was part of your city. It was part of the place that you lived, and it's good to see like graffitis on the wall, but this isn't like some kind of dingy neighborhood. It's not bad to have graffiti on the wall. So there's evidence of, like, they tried. That's what I'm trying to say. They did a bad job of it, but they tried. I'm not going to lambast them. I'm just going to laugh at them. I hope that they do more good in the future. Genuinely. That's it. Like, that's the most even-handed take on this that I've seen, by the way. Like, I've read every tweet up and down this side of the world about this thing, and I've laughed at every single one of them, but they're all very mean. They're all incredibly mean. And I think we can just chill a little bit. It's not that bad. It's not that big a deal. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Like, I just said all that shit. You know, maybe you think I'm full of crap. How do you guys feel? Maybe you think I'm wrong. Maybe you think I'm being too nice. I don't know. It'd be fun to know. It'd be fun to know what you guys think about what I just said. Because you're allowed to think I'm wrong. I would be happy to argue with you. And especially if you have a really good argument, I'll call you on VC and we'll talk about it. I don't mind. It's Omake episode, guys. It's the Omake episode. I can do whatever I want. Also, I hope Luxiva hasn't left. I hope I wasn't too mean earlier. I kind of feel bad now. I feel like I did something kind of wrong. Oh my God. Anyway, okay. No, people don't seem to have too much of an opinion on graffiti and stuff and the good points of this comic. Yeah, mean to Thorales. I hope I wasn't too mean to Thorales or mean to chat, but mean to Thorales. I think Thorales genuinely deserved an even-handed look that wasn't mean. I read the whole comic. It's fine. From Diz. From Diz. Sure, it isn't perfect, but I think we should really stop punishing people for doing the right thing, even if they don't do it perfectly. You're right. Like, I think to some extent we should teach and learn. Like in comics, art is a growing thing, right? So like it's a little bit upsetting that this got published for money. And it would have been good if when they made this, they maybe had a web platform where they could test out ideas and we could talk and they could have a dialogue with the audience. But they didn't, and it came out, and that's what it is. It's fine. I'm probably gonna buy a copy of this, by the way. If you have a physical copy of this is not a joke. I don't actually know if this is physical because I read it on Read Comic Online, the torrent website. I'm sorry, I'm evil. But if you have a physical copy of this, if there is a physical copy, and you can give it to me, I will pay you. I will pay you for it. I'll pay for shipping. I don't care. I need it. I need it because I feel like they've pulled every copy. I need it. From Simple Gray, his tattoos are cool, and that's all I can say. Honestly, fair enough, Chief. His tattoos are cool as fuck. Like I love them. I love their traditionalist vibe. I get it. They're traditional. They're very culturally ethnic vibe. I love it. I get it. Where was I going with this? Okay, I have some good news. So I talked about some mildly bad news. Let's talk about some good news, gang. It's you and I together talking about some good news. So y'all remember the Union episode, right? The Union episode that YouTube kind of squashed. There's some good news from the Union episode. The Union we talked about, UW7S, or the United Workers for the Seven Seas, recently got recognized by Go Manga or Seven Seas on the company. They got recognized. They don't have to do any of the more voting stuff. They're progressing to negotiations, I think, right now, or at least they're progressing. They're trying to get a date to progress to negotiations. But great news, wonderful news. I saw this on their Twitter. Bleeding Cool already has an article about it. Let's just go to. Let me just go to their Twitter. I'm literally on my Twitter as you guys are here. It'd be great if we all could just go there to their little tweet over here. This is their major announcement tweet. Tell them congratulations. Tell them I sent you. Tell them I sent you. Say congratulations from Webcomics Hub. Literally, those exact words. Like ping me in it. Congratulations from @ Okay, do that. That'll be great. But it'll be great. My point I'm getting to here is just congratulate them. We should be happy. This is really big for us. This is big for all of us in comics. Like it is the most important thing when a union like that can win, can be recognized, can be taken seriously. Like there's still more work to be done. There's still more work to be done in terms of negotiation and actually getting a date to negotiate before we see if Seven Seas is going to act in a way that's negative. But for right now, great shit. Like this is great. And I think this is going to be a really big signal to every other comic book union that will be forming over the next couple of years. So we're all in for it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Anyway, we're now at the 1 hour and 10 minute mark, which is where I'm going to use to take a little break and chill for like 5 minutes. I'm joking, for like a minute. So if you've enjoyed today's showing of wonderful stuff, it would be great if you could go and join the Patreon and also the Discord. The Discord is actually pretty fun. It's discord.webcomicshub.co.uk. I actually made a link recently because I was bored. I was annoyed of having to find my own Discord link. So I literally made a link that takes you straight to the Discord server. So if you're feeling kind of chill and you want to go, that's the Discord link. You click on that, it should take you directly to the Discord server. I get if you're too shy to chat, but it's a good place to ask me questions. We have a comics conversation page where you can just respond to things that I put in there. I usually will put in things that might become topics in there. We have a podcast suggestions channel, which you can go in and just, write what you want to write there. Basically, there's a lot of ways to tell me things that you're thinking about, introduce me to new ideas, ask me questions. I'd love that. More active nowadays, and I hope to see more of you there. So I'd love to see you guys in Discord. And if you guys, love what I do, you can join the Patreon, patreon.com/webcomicshub, and join the lovely people there who support the show, like Cheesy Man 100, who's currently in chat. Thank you for supporting the boy. I keep saying boy. Thank you for supporting the lads. Like Pastel Flight. I'm actually going to my Patreon list now because I need to like. I promised to read their names once a week, and I've not done it in a few weeks. Like Pastel Fly, thank you for supporting the boy. Like Geek Boy, thank you for supporting the girl. And like Ashlyn, thank you for supporting the girl. You know, I appreciate all of you. All of you are awesome people. If you would like me to say your name and or just a dumb thing on stream, you know, go to the Patreon. Give me some of your money. Give me lots of your money. it's a $1 and up supporter thing. So there's no tiers. There's one tier. You drop into that. You can put as much or as little as you want. You get access to the same level of stuff as everyone else. Anyway, which is basically just everything I have and keeping me making stuff and any video ideas and stuff that are coming down and any scripts. Anyway, what else is there to show? Yes, follow us on Twitter at webcomics_hub. I'm trying to get a workshop going about from some really experienced creators. It's gonna take some time, but hopefully one of these weeks you will suddenly come onto the stream and there'll be a workshop. I'm hoping for that. I've been very excited to be working on stuff lately. Anyway, all right, shield time over. Let's talk about Webtoon call to action. Woo! Woo! Oh yeah, I forgot about that. One other thing. I've been doing a Webcomics Pride Parade event on Twitter. I should actually probably shout that out because I have not. I'm very bad at advertising. Can you guys tell? Can you guys also believe that I have a marketing qualification? Real quick one, actually. This one is something that anyone can do. It doesn't really matter. I would love to see you guys use this. If Twitter would load this year, what's going on? Is Twitter down? Is Twitter down? Did Twitter go down like 2 seconds ago? No, it's probably just me. It's almost definitely just me. It's almost definitely just me. Let me go to my profile here. Let me use this one that's loaded. No, I think Twitter's down. Okay, cool. Whatever. Oh, wait, no, it's back. Yay. This thing. Look on the screen. Look on the screen now. Look on the screen. There's a Pride Spotlight post. It's the pinned post on my account. You can quote tweet it, take it, fill it whatever you want. I would love to see your guys tell me about your comics. It's just a thing where you tell me, it's too big for the screen, where you just tell me the works that inspired you and what you want to achieve with your comic. And you're just putting it out there. It's nice. It's Pride. I want to see all your gay stuff. Even if it's not gay, I would like to see it too. I've shouted out a few comics I've been shouting out a few of the comics that I found so that we could just kind of get the ball rolling. I'd love to see more of you participate in it. I'd love to see more people show me their comics. I don't know everyone's work. Why is Twitter not loading properly today? I don't know what it is. But yeah, just thought it would be something I should point out, I should mention, I should say. And you can use the hashtag Webcomics Pride Parade so I can find all the stuff that you put out, even if you want to change up your entire thing. Okay? Okay. Enough shilling now. Back to the rest of the show. Pretending like there's a show. That's me. Anyway, the Webtoon call to action contest. I have been reading more entries because God has punished me for my hubris and my work is never finished. The contest is coming to an end really soon. I thought I would at least hit up with a few of the things that I have very much enjoyed reading. You guys already knew some of the other ones from the last show, especially High Kings. That's what it was called. High Kings, the call to action entry. I really love that one. And Good Job, the entry by one of the viewers of the show. Love Good Job. I think it's July it ends. It's July it ends, right? I thought it was ending at the beginning of July. It's ending at the end of July? I think it's another month. Whatever. Then I'll just do this again. My bad. I make mistakes. I forget dates. Leave me alone. Salty Cryptid. Don't bully me. Yeah, it ends next month. I don't know why I thought really soon. Everyone should stop it. I get it. Oh my God. Imagine getting bullied by your own chat, man. Pain. True pain. Anyway. I just wanted to shout out some other stuff that I enjoy reading. I enjoyed reading recently. I've seen that they don't all appear to be the same level of quality that I would call I don't know, not quality, that's the wrong word. They're not all as amazing as High Kings to me. High Kings is something that I really personally enjoy. It just ticks all the little spots in my brain. But I wanted us to look at a few of the things that I kind of enjoyed reading. I had a lot of fun reading. And some of them are really good, some of them aren't. It depends. Nothing has got me like Kaiju Heart though, and I will keep saying it. Go and read Kaiju Heart, all one word, Kaijuheart. Go and read Kaiju Heart. Frankly, if there's nothing else you're gonna read Kaiju Heart. Give Kaiju Heart to your kids. Give Kaiju Heart to your friends. Why are you twisting my words? What is this? Anyway, I thought we'd do a bit of a live reading and some of the things that I thought were really cute. Funnily enough, Epoch Files is on my list of things that I thought looked cool. The one about making anime was so good. I haven't seen that. If you can tell me what that is, we can do a live reading today. Because I've got time. We can do a bit of live reading. Why not? Post the link in chat if you're in YouTube chat, and I'll just click on it and I'll go from there. But let me start by showing you one of the ones that really tickled the brain chemicals. This one, like, honestly, it's evidence of the fact that I'm weak to a very specific kind of content. All right? It's just like, this is how you get me. Gang. It's called My Superhero. It's called My Superhero. And if you want to know why I love it, you guys already know why I love it. Look at it. Holy shit. Look at the lettering. Look at the quality of work on display. Oh my God. The use of color. Y'all know that I'm colorblind, right? There's a lot of red on the screen. Like, there's a lot of shades of red on the screen, so I sometimes can't tell the difference between some objects, which isn't her fault or his fault. Whoever made this. Who made this again? Jesse Page Dawson. Girl, you have your whole name on blast. But honestly, I respect it. They make other content too. You can see My Superhero is a comic they already have ongoing. I'm going to read it because it looks really cool. It's not all gray. It's just all the same color. It's all very similar colors. If you want to see what I can tell different between, you guys can see my mouse. If you see this really deep red here, this and this are different, and this I can tell the difference between. But this color and this color for the trail, I can't tell the difference between, for example. Or I can see the fire is there, but I can only see it because of contrast. To some extent, I would actually miss the fire if it was any less contrasted. It's kind of part of the evidence of me telling you guys a lot that with color, a lot of your knowledge of how to use color is really important. They are using color and contrast really well. So even though some things aren't easily discernible to me, they're mostly discernible to me. I think a lot of them are pretty high in contrast because they're going for a very analogous color palette, and I think they're relatively high in contrast. But yeah, no, I love this. It helps that this character is a woman, because as you know, 60% of my audience is women. Love you, ladies. And also my non-binary pals, love you. Men, you're all right. You're there. That joke never gets old. But no, I love the work. I love the lettering. I love the colors. And then this man showed up. Guys, there's a white man in this comic. And look at him. Look at him. He's so SPF 100. Look at him. I love his character. He's cute. I think he's really cute. I love this comic in general. I think that is the white man. Eagle Scout help. But no, I love this. I loved reading this. I loved every moment of it. It was very fun. This is one of the things that I actually think is really, really, really good. Like, holy shit. Even the logo and the intro palette. Like, I love that he used this to make this. More of you need to do this. More of you need to do this. Like, this is such a powerful JoJo scene. If you know Jesse Page Dawson, oh, my phone just pinged. If you know Jesse Page Dawson, please just tell her that I love her. Like, I love her work. It's so good. Like, I don't care if she wins. She should be, one, incredibly proud of herself. And 2, incredibly proud of herself. And 3, know that she's a boss-ass bitch. She's boss. Holy shit. I know of her. I don't know her. I wish I knew who she was. If I knew someone this cool, I wouldn't be talking to you people. If I knew someone this cool, I'd be talking to someone else. y'all, that's so unnecessary. Attack your chat. That's what you should do. That's what every good streamer does. But yeah, no, I loved that comic. I love this comic. It was such a good read. You should tell her that she's incredible and she's doing wonderful work. Jenny, if you mean that server, I don't look in that server. You should know this. If we can get to the next comic, I really liked reading a little bit of was, you guys are beginning to see that there was no sideways panels. They didn't hurt me. Like some of you hurt me with your things, but they didn't hurt me. And that was really nice. I was happy to not be harmed emotionally. The next one I really liked, and I say this is one of the ones that I liked, but it didn't tickle all the brain chemicals, but it tickled a lot of brain chemicals. And it's called, I'm just going to transition again. It's called Dance to the Gallery. Dance to the Gallery by Lulu's. That's a good goddamn name. Dance to the Gallery by Lulu's. I'm glad to see another software developer making some good shit. Good shit. It's also, again, like most of the entries, something from somebody who's already making this comic already. And they took their action chapter and they put it out. Dance to the Gallery just has a good look, has a good use of color. I love blue. If you want to know what my favorite color is, it's actually blue. So I'm not gonna lie. Opening with blue, for me, strong opening. They really played 4D chess and they got me. I love the dance poses. I love the physicality of the characters. I love the motion of the content. I had fun. I had fun reading this. And y'all don't know how I read comics. I'm one of those giddy readers. You know those people who read and like when something happens, they're like, oh my God, and they move their whole body. I do that. So like if you can make me do that regularly, I'm usually pretty happy. Everything they make is so trippy, so cool, so nice. The color, the contrast, the faces, the people, just love this. Love this. This reminds me of the Korean webcomic Hell is Other People. It's called Hell is Other People. This reminds me of that. And Lulu's did a great job. Honestly, love to see it. Love to see it. This scene, this one. Like it's a little thing, right? It's just movement. It's just movement. But I remember reading this and I just went, ho! I clapped. I jumped off my seat. I was like, oh, that's good. That feels good to read. No, I loved every moment of reading this. I loved every moment of reading this. It didn't tickle all the brain chemicals though. Unfortunately, there's some things that just weren't there for me. Blood for me is something that I like to be visceral. In a content where you're putting blood, I want it to feel visceral. I want it to feel painful. And there's a little bit of a layer of like the use of this nicer color, admittedly nicer color, just didn't bring it home for me. Didn't bring it home for me as much. And that's not anyone's fault. That's just me. That's just me. So like, it's whatever. Big ask from Webtoon guidelines. Oh, I know. I'm not mad. This isn't me saying it's bad. This is just me saying, what didn't tickle the brain, and that's just what happens. My brain. Your brain was probably tickled, and I'm happy. I hope it did. I hope you loved looking at this, and I hope you go read it. It's called Dance to the Gallery. Anyway, there was one that I was told to look at, so let's go look at that one. I don't know what it's about, but before I show you some more, let's do a little bit of an exploration chapter, gang. But that's one of the ones I want to show you. Let's do a bit of an exploration chapter. Band of Keys. I think it's this one, and then this is a call to action. When your call to action is where your call to action is the demanding neighborhood kid, and suddenly you have to produce a whole anime, a tale about the creative process, passion, goodbyes, and some hot-blooded action. All right, cool. Is it about making an anime? We're doing a live reading, which means I have to actually bother to set the channel up, the page up a little bit. It has pretty art. It does have very pretty art. It's a very pretty art. It's a very meta concept. It feels like Bakuman, just on the immediate, the immediate like thoughts that you get. I'm getting a lot of Bakuman feel in the brain. That doesn't mean that there is Bakuman feel in this, but it does mean that it's something that I'm looking out for. The starting line does remind me of my friend. It all started when I got threatened by a child menace. You can draw, right? Little shit. Absolute little shit behavior right here in this house. Random neighborhood guy. Oh my God. Excuse me. I've been looking for you for a long time. It was no easy journey, but the one that took a real long time. Wait, like what? Like who are you? Why do you think I draw? You don't know me. I found this. Oh, shit. Elementary school newspaper from 10 years ago. Wait, what is this? Oh, by old art. This is like watching the Zuda Comics video on the YouTube channel. Someone was digging through his trash. I asked the teachers about it, and they told me what area you live in. The teachers are just out here giving feral children. I gave this child a New York accent. Did I give him a New York accent? I teach about it, and they told me what area you live in. So I asked the local granny and the wintermelon guy, etc., and they led me to you. So much for privacy. What's your point? What are you here for? Make an anime. Doxed by my teachers. No. It's just like, make an anime. No. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. You're good. This is a very good start. You know comedy. Real good. Oh, yeah, come on. He's pulling off his bat. Oh, shit. Oh, violence against the elderly. Oh. What the fuck? I got a good reputation around here. So if I tell the adults that you took my bag, did your anime teach you that? You know what's funny about this art is it's not the art is very clearly the product of someone who has a very specific style, right? Like they're solid. This person probably doesn't draw like crazy giant murals or anything, but they know two things really well. They know how to use their art to make interesting shapes, and they know how to make interesting shapes at all. And that's it. Like that's what's carrying them. This kid has a triangle for a fucking mouth, and that is so much that is more expression than all of Solo Leveling has. That is literally more expressive than the entirety of Solo Leveling. Not a single character in Immortal in what's the other terrible comic that they put out? The one that went on Webtoons. It's called Immortal something, whatever. Like not a single one of those like high production value Korean comics ever makes me feel like this. But funnily enough, you know what it's reminding me of? I'm going to show you guys something really funny for me. At least it's really funny for my brain. There it is. So this is a comic I've been reading for a while. This is The Sound of Your Heart by Joseok. I need to ask a Korean how to say this name right. How say Seok? Is it like sock or say ark? Anyway, so now that I've asked a Korean to help me name things, this comic is legendary. This comic is legend. Wait for it. Dairy, right? This comic is legendary, right? But it doesn't get a lot of reading outside of Korea. It's one of the longest running webcomics in the world. And I love it. I love everything about it. But what I'm getting at is this and this have the same vibes. I feel like this creator has at least read one chapter of this. Solo Leveling is being sold in book form. I don't want it. I'll probably buy it if it's cheap, but I don't want the Solo Leveling book. Could not give a shit. I don't. Solo Leveling was uninteresting to me, basically from like chapter 30. um. Uh. Anyway, so this child is evil. I love this background. Again, they know how to make interesting shapes. There's a lovely switch in this. I love just everything about this is good. Still, an anime out of nowhere? Just one thing, kid. Don't expect me to make it in a week. Of course not. Or a month. Yeah. Or a year. Lamau. Where did you find this anyways? It's so old. The school library. I read it and then collected all the volumes. But then it never continued. And I wanted to see it continue. This is me vibes. If you abandon your comic, this is me. I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna be this kid. Every time a creator abandons their comic, I show up in their house like this kid. If that's the case, I can just draw the next chapter for you or something, right? No. 10 years means your art style is going to be different. You also gain more life experience throughout the decade, resulting in a different outlook on life. A different outlook means different. Oh, Jesus. TLDR, it's got to be rebooted and be shown on the city's big screen. Now hurry up. When I hurry up with it, they say don't wait for tomorrow. Start your dreams today. Whose dreams? Just shut up is this a Shia LaBeouf meme? Is this kid quoting Shia LaBeouf? That's the Shia LaBeouf. That's like, yesterday you said today. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. And then he takes the pillow and he punches it. This is just, why am I even bothering? Whatever, I guess I'll just humor the kid for now. He cuts stuff, he's drawing. Oh, those hands. All of you wish you could draw hands like this. Every creator wishes they could draw hands of this caliber and quality. Look at that, he's holding scissors. Can you do that? I thought not. Exactly. What you doing? What you doing? Don't bother me for a sec. I'm bored. Shush. The kid is just here. He's just living in your house. It's a flip book. He made a flip book. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm in love right now. I'm in love. Who made this? Band of Keys. Who made this? Hold on. Kosho. Okay, just gonna real quick. Just gonna. Okay. Anyway, so back to the content. I have to publicize that I am following this person because honestly, moves. They are so much more creative than most people I've seen in a long time. All the kid could say was, wow. Volume 2, Volume 3. When's it going to be a whole anime? How much time and money do you think I have? What kind of shows do you like anyway? The cool ones and motivational and stuff. Like Irregular and Mono Slice and Deity of General Education. I think these are all jokes. Yeah, this is unordinary. Why did it take me for a while to figure that out? Irregular just means unordinary. I don't know what Mono Slice would be, or Deity of, or these ones, but like, oh, that's Purple Hyacinth. This bottom one, Purple Ascens Quadrifolium, is Purple Hyacinth. God of High School. One Punch probably, and God of High School. Deity of General Education is God of High School. This person's such a good writer. They're such a good writer. Oh, I love them so much. I have so much love and respect for this person. I have so much love and respect for them. Oh my God. You ever wanted to meet somebody? You ever read something and you're like, I want to meet this person. I want to meet this person. I want to see them. I want to look them in the eye and tell them that I love everything that they have produced. That I am in love with their work. Holy shit. Holy shit. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Nothing has made me feel like this in a while. Oh, anything well written. How cultured. I wonder if I was ever that passionate before. Don't make me feel sad. Little by little, I began to make more. This menaced child lived in my house. Why does that kid even look like that? The story doesn't make sense. Honestly, kaiju. Okay, like, not gonna lie. This is the tier list right now, kids. This is the tier list right now for me. Kaiju Hearts is still number one. This is like also number one. These are drawn number one. Like equal number ones right now for me. Holy shit. Even in a rebooting standpoint, how does even catch this kid's attention? Still. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, oh shit. What is this? Is this like supposed to be like how the show is shaping up in the kid's brain? Oh, that's so cool. This kid. Oh, that's so cool. What? This is metafiction. What is this? My kingdom doesn't need you. Gold. They're fighting. There's magic. I don't even understand the plot. I don't understand the plot of any of this. I'm not even reading what these people are saying. It's just more that it looks really cool. But holy shit. A bit strong. There's just sudden action, and none of it's explained to me yet, and my brain doesn't understand what's going on. What? Wait, what? What? Wait. Was that his imagination? What the fuck? Like, they were really pushing themselves for this, but holy shit. Oh, I recognize your efforts so much, senpai. Oh, Kosho sensei. Oh, Kosho sensei. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. That's it. This hits. This hits. This really hits hard. Hits hard. Hold on one second. Just gotta make sure to hold on. Let me just log into my. What's my Twitter account? Do I have like? I don't remember. I'll log in later and like it. Gotta like and subscribe, gang. Let me log into my Webtoon account. 1 second. Let me log into it. I don't want to do it on stream because I don't want you guys to see my email. Email I use for Webtoon. This. Oh wait, am I gonna use my real account? Or am I gonna use my? No, I'm gonna use my real account. 10 out of 10 out of 10, to be honest. Like some of it was a little bit confusing. Some of it was a little bit confusing, and I think it could easily be solved. I think it could easily be rectified with a few rethinks of things. But like nothing was terrible. I didn't, and everything was good. Was good. Like most things were really fun to read. I had a lot of fun with it. And Jesus Christ, Kaiju Heart is still top. We're live reading a comic right now, and I'm trying to log into my Webtoon account so that I can give it a like, because otherwise I'll get bullied. Otherwise I'll get bullied by some nerds. Okay, cool. Count. Logged in. But yeah, gotta like and subscribe, gang. Like, no, this is good. This is really good. Oh, I'm gonna call this person sensei. Oh, Kosho sensei, thank you. That was some good food. Some good food. Leave supportive. What do we want to say? Okay, we're saying it as a chat. We're gonna come up with a comment together. One comment together. What's a good comment? This was so good. Makes me want to call you sensei. Thank you, Kosho sensei. Kosho sensei. We'll put a heart in there as well. There, now you guys can find my comment. And you can know the name of my account. Just a Patrick Star. My account's called Boy Wonder. It's an old account. Remind him that we are smart. You guys are just something else. I love my chat, man. Anyway, quality content. Love this person. You should follow them on Twitter. Just gonna really goddamn like holy shit. Just gonna retweet. I'm gonna like and retweet that. Very iconic me moment, guys. I found somebody gave me a new comic and I loved it. I don't on my audience, and I'm gonna put I read this live on stream, and my audience is very smart. Read this on my live stream. And my audience liked it and says they are really smart. Put it like this so they misunderstand the comment. Good. I can see my comment and I made as a typo. You made a comment? I didn't have living on like. Okay, cool. It's gonna real quick. Just gonna real refresh the page. Gonna go over here. Gonna subscribe. Gonna go over here. Gonna follow. Okay, cool. Anyway, so let's look at some of the other stuff I thought was interesting. Actually, this is not one of them. I didn't like this one and I wanted to say something about it, but I just left it. I already read this. Where's the one that I was really this one. Guys, so there's this comic called Rohanian Saga. And it's uploaded to so many things. Royan Saga. Kosho Sensei really stole the show. It's like Kaiju Heart, but better. No, wrong. It's like Kaiju Heart, but not as cool. It's not as cool as Kaiju Heart. Kaiju Heart was cool. Like this is nice, but it's not cool. You know what I mean? Like that's a whole difference. But there was this comic I wanted to read as well. It's called Royan Saga. I think I looked at it earlier, and I did. And all the images were blurry. This is the one I talked about. I talked about this a while ago about how a lot of the images were blurry in this comic, and I think it's because of the size limit. I think because they drew a lot of images. They drew the 100 image limit. And I think all the images were so detailed that they made them blurry to compensate for the size limit. They had to reduce the quality so it's not as sharp as like a featured comic would be, or as a canvas comic would be with fewer panels. That was a little bit sad because I quite like this. I like the idea. It's something that's very good for people who are fans of Tower of God or something. Royan Saga, not my favorite, not the best thing I read, but I had fun. I had fun with it. I had a lot of fun with it. I think it was really nice. And then another one, Personal Demons. This is also another one I read by Arts Angel. You mean Royan Saga? Royan Saga felt a little spiceless. It lacked a little bit of, but like it felt, but it was very Tower of God-esque. I think if you like that kind of high fantasy and high sci-fi content, you'll like this. You know, so I'm not gonna yuck someone's yum, so to speak. In terms of yumming someone's yuck, there was Personal Demons from Arts Angel, who I don't know, but they are from Australia. You know, they're from over the pond. Shrimp on the Barbie, koala, kangaroo. Sorry, it's just, you know, I'm British and I don't have to respect the Australians because they're not even the best colony. The best colony by far, New Zealand. Facts. Anyway, so it's from Arts Angel. Seem like a nice person. They're very cool. I hope that I wanted to read this one on stream because I read a little bit of it and then stream had to start, so I didn't have enough time to formulate some thick thoughts. But I did see the art and I thought the art was gorgeous, beautiful. You know, what the kids would call a PogChamp moment, if you will. It was very PogChamp. I loved the art. I loved all of you wish you had hands like that. I say that again. But, you know, it was a very cutesy read. It was very nice. Yeah, the rendering is stupid. Like, holy shit. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do a very annoying thing right now, and you're not gonna like me for it, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna do a very annoying thing. I'm gonna complain for like 30 seconds about the logo. This just, okay, real quick. Guys, I'm begging you. If you're gonna put all this wonderful, beautiful work in, please make your logos good. I'm begging you, please make your logos good. Like, you didn't need the crack and do more. Do more on the logo, please. Like, it's a very small thing, and it's something that only bothers someone like me because I'm a fucking nerd, and like that shit, something that'll get to me. And if you don't care, you don't care, and I respect that. But to me, the thing that bothers me is honestly, like, this is such a good comic, and the logo is so hard to like give people. It's kind of hard to read as a dyslexic person. It's kind of hard to read, and as like a logo, like a designer and editor, I'm not a fan of the logo. But I think the comic is good, so it's not that big a deal. It doesn't matter. It's just me. It's just me. But I loved the way the comic looked. I never got to the action part. Finna open sands in italics. Honestly, Zombie, if you do that, our friendship is over. Our cover Zombie is no longer my friend. Kaji Pilled is now my new best friend. So like I get, so that's my argument. But no, I loved this comic. I loved the way it looked. I loved the visual. I didn't get to the action though, and I want to get to the action bit of it just to kind of understand, like, because the requirement is that there's a brawl, isn't there? The requirement is that there's a brawl. So I'm wondering what that's gonna be. I wonder what that's gonna look like. Oh, there's some nerd shit, guys. Get ready for this. My thesis defense is tomorrow. This person's a post-grad student. I'm definitely more than a little bit stressed. It's kind of why I'm here. And then he goes, out of the fucking blue, he's in therapy right now. Like, imagine talking to your therapist. Imagine explaining this comic to a Victorian child. Just sitting there, and he just goes, do you know what a 4-dimensional hypercube is? And this isn't even hating. I love it. It's funny. But it's just like, it's just explaining like the concept of like dimensionality of cubes and squares. People who don't know this, I have a maths degree. I have a computer science degree, and I also was in the way of getting a maths degree. I dropped out. I went to computer science. So I know a little bit about 4-dimensional shapes and hypercubes and the concept of that and shit like that. I also understand the thing that he's talking about here, where he's talking about how like a square's reality is out of 2 dimensions, so it doesn't know that the cube exists in 3 dimensions and all that shit. Let's not think about it too much. It's gonna kill my brain to explain. But he's just going full on nerd out in therapy. In therapy, bro. Imagine explaining to your therapist what a hypercube is. I say that I want to explain to my therapist what a webcomic was. And then he said, what the fuck is a webcomic? Trying to stick to one hobby instead of giving up, talking about stuff that he should do to fix himself. The usual. I've been working out a bit, getting out of the house more. Stick to more hobbies instead of giving up all the time. And most likely to get through a bad day. I usually call my brother Reese. Yo, guys, dumb joke. But doesn't Reese look like the Chad meme? Like the Giga Chad meme? Sigma moment. Reese is a real Sigma, kids. Like, my man Reese really came in with the jawline. Yo. I kind of see it. The same thing happened to the male professor in the new Pokemon game. I haven't even seen that. But he's got the chin. He's got the chin, right? Like, it's there. Okay. Enough stupidity. Giga Chad Reese, am I right? On God, on Woba. Oh, they're fighting monsters? What? I didn't actually get this far. So want to see when I stopped? This is where I stopped. I stopped at the hypercube explanation. I was like, oh, this is just some nerd shit. And I stopped. And I was like, this is cute. I'll talk about it later. I didn't get to the thing. I didn't know they were fighting monsters for real, for real. Look at Reese with his Giga Chadness. He's better than you at most things. He takes the iron pole. He fights the monster. Do you find it helps to think of anxiety as a monster that can be defeated? Yeah. I mean, I assume we're still talking in metaphors. Obviously. Oh my God. Whenever if your therapist ever asks you, I assume we're still talking in metaphors. It's because they're worried that you're slipping from reality. That's why they would ever say that. That's the only reason they would ever say that to you. How's the rest of your social circle? It's less of a circle and more of a dot. So he said, I'm not great at responding to messages, and I haven't had a lot of time for friends. Is her name Bunny Girl in your phone? And you're not gonna like respond? Bro, even if you're being attacked, I'm just saying. If I name you Bunny Girl on my phone, I'm definitely gonna answer your call. Like, that's the requirement. This is some real heterosexual business. Everything is so het. It's cute though. It's cute. Anyway, we're not gonna read the whole thing. It's good. My point is, it's still pretty good. I like a lot of it. I don't like some of it. It's not my favorite, but I think everything that went into this is wonderful. It's Personal Demons by Archangel. Again, another thing that I think you should read. Do read it. Go look at it. Use it for inspiration. Use it to learn something. Use it to see something. I think the rendering is so on point. The ambient occlusion, the subsurface scattering that they did, like, beautiful, beautiful. If you don't know what subsurface scattering is, when you light touches your skin, it goes through your skin a little bit, not fully, and then it bounces out of your skin, and that's kind of what gives people a slight glow and a certain look, and that's like that's subsurface scattering basically. It means that when people look at your skin, it has a little bit of roughness to it, has a little bit of like it looks like it's been lit in a natural way. That's what makes the face look good. I saw a content tree. I posted it in the Comics Conversation channel. Sure, I will look at one more before I show you the last one that I was really in love with. I say really, I enjoyed. Oh, the Among Us tale. Want something funny? Cover zombie. I read Among Us tale. You know what? Why not? Let's show it on stream. I read this comic. This is one of the call to action entries. This is not a joke. It's a two-parter. And is that Jacksepticeye? Every time. Anyway, it's called Among Us tale. And I just want everyone to see why I read it. It's a combination of Among Us and Undertale. And there is a scene where like the Among Us character has there it is. Where the Among Us character is dummy thick. That's basically why I read it. It's got tons of action. It's unironically well drawn. Like unironically, no cap, really well drawn. You know, this is for the Zoomers in the chat. This is for you Zoomers. Honestly, guys, there's a new tier list. The new tier list: Among Us Tale, Kaiju Heart, Kaiju Heart, and Kaiju Heart and Band of Keys. I want to see this get first place, and I want the editors to read it. I want the editors to have to read it. Among Us Tale is so good. Look at the gun. It's so good. Honestly, the Giga Chat tier list. Should we make a tier list? Should we like go to the tier list? Can somebody what's that website for tier lists? Oh, there. We should make a tier list that I can continually update. We'll do that later. We'll do that later. We'll do that later. Let me just look at some other stuff I wanted to show you. One of the other things I wanted to show you that I read was tier 2 is Kaji Pilled, straight up. What I was going to show you was Piracy. Piercy by Wolfert. I didn't really like this one that much actually. Like it was fun. It was my partner, I think, was the one who was like, this looks kind of cute. I think she saw me reading it when we were on a phone call, and she said that. I didn't enjoy this. I can clickbait them with the tier list. God, I should. I didn't really enjoy this, but not because it was bad. It just wasn't my thing. Like that was it. I liked the paneling. I thought it was good work. I thought the character art and the environmental art was good. Like, look at it. It looks good. It looks really good. The colors are good. I just don't know. I read it and my brain just turned off. Like it shut down. I still don't know why. But I want it to be taken as like, that's not the work's fault. That's my fault. Even the lettering is pretty decent. And like, but when I read this, my brain shut down. It wasn't my thing. It didn't attach itself very well. I think I do like this twink though. I love this twink. I could put Among Us Tale in the podcast thumbnail. Hold on, my lettering artist, my thumbnail artist is in chat. Let me give him the thing. Let me give him the good. Let me give him the good. My thumbnail artist is in chat. I'm gonna hit him with that yoinky sploinky. You're not a fan of the text? You're right. It's kind of difficult to read if you're not dyslexic. But funnily enough, so a really weird thing for me, whenever I see text like this, with the shapes, with the letters all having different thicknesses around, actually that's really easy for me to read. It helps me a lot. It's really, so for me, my brain is like, everything here should make me enjoy it, but something isn't clicking and I don't know what it is. Also, I just want to make something really clear for people who are lettering. Real quick, don't use this font. Sorry, it's not even showing on the screen properly. Don't use this font. Don't use this font. It's called Open Dyslexic. Don't use it. Don't use it. It's not a very good font for reading, especially for people who have not used it for most of their lives. It's a very learned font. And like while in the comic, it seems like they're using a version of that somehow. But they're using something that's very similar to it. Don't use it most of the time. This is one of the few times it's ever worked for me in any form. What's with this open sans shit? Just use Roboto if you're gonna use open sans. Anyway, I love the twink. I think he's cute. In fact, I think he's very cute. I like the twink. That was what attracted me to this. Very gay content, to be honest. That and the wanton violence, like the violence, but it's a little bit confusing, and it didn't visually like hold up for me. Like basically, the transition from this to this to this doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't like fully make sense to me, and that's not their fault. That's just me. There's a lot of cutting. There's not a lot of smooth, big movements. There's a lot of cutting, which is something that you can do in your comics. But what it does sometimes is it can be very confusing. It's actually quite annoying. Action placement is really difficult because you see this cutting, you see these little panels, you see them floating here, and you see this cutting and this like scene transitioning. It's a little bit too much. It's like, let me show you guys something really funny. And I don't think I can find it, but if you've watched like, what's the movie with the guys like, I will find you and I will kill you. I forgot what it's called. But if you watch that movie, there's a lot of cutting in the action because they're trying to hide the fact that the action is not very smooth or very good. And what that does is sometimes the audience will see that and get very confused. This confuses me. I'm very confused with the action. I'm very confused with the placement, very confused with the motion. So not my ideal. Just thought I'd point that out. That was something I didn't really like. I do like the character art, the stylization. I do like the environment. I do like what's going on. But it just didn't latch onto the brain. Unfortunate. You know what? In July, we're going to do a full tier list of every webcomic in the call to action. Yeah, Taken. The movie Taken. That's what it was. But yeah, in nearing the end of July, I'll see if we can do a tier list of every single call to action webcomic that we can. Put it in one giant mega tier list and tweet that out. That'd be fun. But I thought you guys might like it. I thought you guys might enjoy it. All 8,001, yes. Nah, maybe like just a few hundred. Maybe we pick like top 800, we pick like top like 200 or something. Top 300, and we like, or maybe top 300, and we go from there. Not like the top 300 by likes. I mean like we all vote. Like, so every time I get a recommendation, I'll put it in a list and I'll do it. Don't worry, Kaji Pilled will be tier 2. That'll be tier 2. What was this? Yeah, this is Epoch Files. This is something that somebody pointed out to me. I kind of enjoyed. I like read it and I had fun. I didn't fully like it. I think one of the problems I have with the current requirement of the action contest and just the requirement of action comics in general is that they cause a lot of things to happen to background elements. They get neglected a little bit. And I don't mean neglected in like a bad way. I don't think the creator is bad. I don't think anything they've done is bad, just to be clear. It's this specific thing. It's an untextured 3D model, not a crime, not a crime at all. What it does mean though is it means to some extent as a reader that like sometimes there'll be things like this, and if that bothers you, that won't be fun. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. You're saving time, but when there's a lot of untextured 3D models for me, my brain just doesn't enjoy it. And that's me. That's very me. A lot of people look past this shit. A lot of people do. And the character design really, really, really holds it up. Like, look at the characters, right? Look at her character design. Look at the shapes of the bodies. Look at the poses. Look at the perspective. They are a solid creator. So like, untextured 3D model or not, they were going to make something interesting regardless. And again, this logo is really good. It's actually quite good. No, I liked this. I enjoyed reading this. I had fun with it. I think you should look at it. I don't want to waste too much time on it. I think you should look at it. Empress Animations. I have no idea I have no idea what comic you made. I feel like maybe I've seen it. Have you put it out yet? Have you put it out yet? Let me know. Let me know if you've done that already. So I know if I've missed something. And there was Backfire. Backfire wasn't as strong as Epoch Files, but I thought it was all right. I thought Backfire was fine. Wasn't super into it, but it was fine. We're kind of getting to the point, the things that I'm not super into. Backfire was fine. And the last one, the one I really kind of liked was this, actually. So this one is called Wildflower. And I literally clicked on it because, and I shit you not, the entire reason I clicked on it was because woman with gun in thumbnail. Woman with gun in thumbnail. Powerful shit. Get me to click on a lot of things with woman and gun with gun in thumbnail. I should go back to Epoch Files real quick, just so I can show the creator's name. Epoch Files made by Ellie Oser, or so just so everyone knows and sees their thing. Women only stream indeed, yeah. Women only stream indeed. But yeah, Wildflower, I loved it because women hold gun. You can get a lot from me with women hold gun. The dialogue wasn't as strong as I would have enjoyed. In fact, this is the problem with a lot of the content. I think this is one of the problems I had even with the PRC comic. The reason that didn't latch onto my brain, the dialogue wasn't strong. The dialogue just wasn't strong enough for my brain. It wasn't latching because the dialogue just wasn't hitting. But like, you know, in general, yeah, so I clicked on it. This is so clear. This is why I clicked on it. So I clicked on it, and then I scrolled down, and I got here. Like he hands her the gun, and he's like, "Take care of yourself, baby." And then, then she fucking eliminates him from the face of the earth. You know, she's like a serial killer. She's like a spy or a killer or assassin or whatever. And it's cool. And you know, it was kind of fun. If you like this, probably cool, probably good for you. Just not my thing. Not my thing. This is a problem with a lot of them. Very weak dialogue. I think and weak dialogue, funnily enough, is indicative of more, right? Like when your dialogue feels weak, it will be an indicator for a bit of the weakness of your story plot, and it'll be something that you won't notice until it's become a real consistent problem. I'm not mad at them. I don't think that anyone who made this, who worked on this, is bad or whatever. I think all that just happened to me with this was I read it, wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. That's it. But woman with gun. Remember that. Woman with gun. I was gonna keep saying that. Yeah, certain characterization is massively affected by dialogue, and that kind of relationship that it has means that often when you're making a comic, if your dialogue is a little bit weak, it just everything kind of falls apart, which is unfortunate. Nothing fell apart there. Everything was still intact. It just wasn't holding up together as well as I would have wanted it to. I'm a little bit picky, and I admit that, by the way. I admit I'm a little bit picky. I'm a bit of a picky bitch. I'll admit the truth. I'll say the facts. But no, in general, I've really enjoyed the contest so far. I've enjoyed what people make. I've enjoyed seeing what people do. I think everyone is doing some fun stuff. Please continue to recommend me stuff that you see that you like. Ooh. Please continue to recommend me stuff that you see that you like. Luxiva, what the fuck did you reply to me on Twitter with? Also, why did you use that? Like, why did you use a bigger quality image? But yeah, no, like, please read more of the call to action stuff. DM me them. Like, you're allowed to DM me on Discord. I don't block any DMs. I think on my Discord server, my name is Prometheus right now. Most of the time it's Nen. Just click on it, DM me, and like say, hey Nen, I found this, I thought you'd like it. Or I found this, I liked it. And I'll read it. Or you can put it in comics conversation. Like, don't put the link in comics conversation, but put a screenshot and show something cool. And that'd be a whole conversation I'd love to have with you. Yeah, that's kind of it for me on that one. Before we go, I'm just gonna shame somebody real quick. I'm gonna shame Luxiva real quick in chat on God. Just gonna do some light shaming. Luxiva, just don't ignore me. What is this? What is this? In the section that says, what do you want to achieve with your comic? You just put a bunch of penises. Sorry, mushrooms. Like, Zam, I told you to LGBTs rise. Like, Zam, girl. Also, why did you use the lowest quality image? You could have used the thick quality image here. Look at this. Thick quality. Why did you do this to me? We're really feeling bold on Twitter today, huh? It is mushrooms, lies, concerning content, but we love to see it. Mushrooms, nature's dick. This is the kind of shit that will get my stream monetarily gated. I love your profile picture. I like your gay pride shirt, and it's just a picture of your comic. It's just the thumbnail of your comic. Oh God, I love this one. I love you, man. It's so great. It's so fucking great. It's so funny. Oh, fuck. You should read Luxiva's comic. It's called The Cloud That Became Rain. I would love it if more of you did the Pride Spotlight thing. I want to see you guys do Pride Spotlight stuff, even if your comic isn't like gay oriented. Just as a creator who is LGBT, making comics, living your best life, do more Pride stuff. I would love to see it. I would love to see more people doing it. The file, for some reason, I don't know why Luxiva didn't look, but the actual file, the Google Drive link for the file is right here. You can get a PSD right there, and I think and there's a clip one here with the PNG and the font, etc. So like, it's cool. Just do it. Even if your MC isn't gay. Just I love. There's already been some cool ones, and I'm glad to see them, and I'd love to see more of them. Yeah. Okay. I would love to do. I think what I want to do next week with you guys. I don't know how you guys would feel about this. I'm doing an interest check right now, by the way, guys. A little bit of an interest check. Would you guys like to do a book review next week? I want to know, how would you guys feel about a book review? So if you don't know this, I have a ton of books about comics and comics books, right? And I would love to just pick one on writing, on comics or whatever, read through it, and myself. You can read through it for yourself if you want. But my idea would be essentially that I read through it, and I kind of just come to you and we discuss the ideas in the book. If that's something that you would like to do, that'd be fun. Okay, next week that's what we'll try and do. The book I'm going to read is a book I'm already reading, I've already read, which is called Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud. Right? My idea, my hope for the entire show. Oh, by the way, hello, Katie Cloverard. That's a new name. Nice to see new names. I love new names. I love when people chat, by the way. You don't understand. Like that's my high. That's really my high. Not even because of engagement. It's just because it's fun for me. I love reading the dumb, funny, intelligent things all of you say. And my audience is pretty intelligent. Even Mako. Ocean Backwards. That name, I can't believe that got me. But yeah, the comic I want to read is Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud. I'm gonna do a cheeky thing here and just let you know, if you don't have the book and you go online, if you don't have the book and you go online and you type understandingcomics.pdf on the Googles, on the YouTubes, on the Googles, you will find the full book for free. Just so you know, if you don't want to pay for it. But yeah, if you want to read it beforehand, Understanding Comics, I'm going to be trying to get through the whole book again. I'm using it for a different video, but I figured it'd be great to just discuss the concepts in it, so we could have fun. My hope is to go through on a chapter by chapter rough basis, make a kind of presentation with the book, and just have a fun time discussing it, bringing it up, talking about things that I like, talking about things that I felt weren't communicated effectively, talking about things I felt were communicated very effectively. It's a great book all in all. Every comic creator should read it. Every comic creator should read Scott McCloud. He is the progenitor of a lot of the ideas that we use, and he has condensed a lot of them into really easy to understand formats. So it'd be great if we were all learning. And you don't have to read the whole book. Don't worry. Even if you don't read the whole book, I'll read the whole book for you. But it'll be good if you read some of it, because then you can understand where I'm coming from with some ideas. Other than that, yeah, we're talking about call to action comics. You missed most of it. If you just joined, Katie, you've missed most of it. I'm sorry. We talked about some news, and then we talked about some call to action stuff. That's typically the show. News, comics, comic news, comics. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of the whole thing. That's next week's plan. Told to you guys beforehand. I'm still working on the workshop by getting an experienced creator to do it. So that's taking its time, but don't worry, it's going to come. And if you guys remember Kaz, a co-host of the show, she's going to be helping run that. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be fun again to work with Kaz on something. Yeah, that's kind of today's podcast. From Kaji Pilled, I need advice on how to make my characters more annoying. A very important book subject. Easy way to make them annoying. Honestly, easy way to make them annoying. Make them black and then make a rap scene. Remember, kids. Remember, kids. Remember, kids. The Rainbow Bridge takes it to its quest. The Bifrost line goes north, east, south, and west. Jesus Christ. Jesus crisp. Fucking Christ. I'm dying. I'm killing myself. Okay. All right. Cool. That's kind of today's thing. I've enjoyed today's podcast. It's been really fun. I'm gonna see you guys next week, 10:30 p.m. BST, British Standard Time, British Summer Time. Sorry, next week, 10:30 p.m. Same day, everything. If your comic entry is called Crystallized, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll look at that. I'll read that in my free time. We'll probably talk about it next week then. But other than that, I've been Nen. You've been awesome. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at webcomics_hub. You go to the Patreon, patreon.com/webcomics hub. We have an Instagram at webcomics hub. I don't use it, but I probably should start using it. And of course, if you subscribe on YouTube, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. That's really important for me. I love getting subscriptions. And if you're on Twitch, you can follow. You should follow. Or you can what's the other thing called? Subscribe there too. That'd be great. I've been Nen. You've all been fucking awesome. I love your faces, and I'll see you next Saturday, 10:30 p.m. Goodbye. Of all the 5 realms, Asgard is my hood. For Miles, you can see he's just that good.